It is with great sadness that we announce the death of Finbart Anthony, better known as Yellow, originally of Mondor but resided at Talvan, Babonneau, who passed away on Monday, July 7, 2025, at his residence in Talvan, Babonneau. He was 51 years old. Left to mourn, his sisters, Elizabeth Donnelly of Mondor, Claudia Joseph of Mondor, Vicky Felix of Tilarisus Dennery, Luciana St. Bryce, brothers Kenneth St. Bryce, also known as Emo of Mondor, David St. Bryce of Fonson, Babonneau, nieces, Esma St. Luce, also known as Shoran of Ticolon, Castries, Granaya Felix of Ticolon, Diana St. Luce and family of Mondor, Patricia Grant and family Notza, Catania St. Bryce and Grace Vayfor, Detisha St. Luce and family of Bardeny, Marvina Joseph and family of Denny Riviere, Lizzie Joseph and family in Grosley, Kezia St. Bryce, Kayla St. Bryce, Martina Charles of Tilarisus Dennery, Gemma Felix of Bocage, Vianna Charles of Tilarisus Dennery, nephews, Julian St. Louis and family in Toronto, Canada, Donick William, Wayne Felix of Mondor, Leanchas Donnelly in Canada, Zacchaeus Donnelly, Nikev Donnelly, Marlon St. Bryce, Kenny St. Bryce, all of Mondor, Keenan Wilson of Tilarisus Dennery, Clint Jules of Fromager, grand nieces, Summer Felix of Ticolon, Leanna Donnelly in Canada, grand nephews, Emerson St. Luce in the UK, Shamali Flood of Ticolon, great grand niece, Shadej Victor, great grand nephew, Emery St. Luce of Bel-Air, aunts, Wilhelmina Edward and family of Laho, Labrie and Castries, Marina and family of Cooleytown, Veronica of Fromager, Ruth and family of Larissus Dennery, Paula and family in the U.S., Tedames and family of Mondor, uncles Clement Emmanuel of Mondor, Simon St. Luce of Fromager, Dennis Emmanuel of Canada, cousins, Chris St. Luce, Kester St. Luce, Gil St. Luce in Canada, Elford St. Luce, Cassandra St. Luce, Eldisha St. Luce, Fiona St. Luce in Canada, Louis St. Luce in England, brothers-in-law, Peter Joseph of Mondor, Augustine William of Ottawa Ancillary, Ferguson Jabadis of Mondor. Also left to mourn are children of deceased uncle James Antoine of Laho Labrie, Jeremy Antoine of Laho, George Marcel of Wavin Chabot, the Marcel family of Cayenne. Children of deceased aunts, Milda Joseph, also known as Ma Innocent of Labrie, Cecil Filjan of the UK, Timothy Antoine of Castries, the Hunt family of Labrie and Castries, the Antoine family of Laho, the Modest family of Jetwin, the Monrose family of Labrie, the St. Clair family of Cul-de-Sac and Castries, children of deceased Faustinus Emmanuel of Mondor, children of deceased Romina St. Luce, children of deceased Francis St. Luce, all of Mondor. Also left to mourn are the St. Luce family of Mondor, Laguerre, Babonneau, Boisden, Monciso, and Vanna. Special mention of his friends of Talvan, Babonneau. Other relatives and friends too numerous to mention. The funeral service for the late Finbart Anthony, also known as Yellow, will be held Wednesday, August 27, 2025, at the Holy Family Parish in Jacmel at 2 p.m. Thereafter, the body will be interred at the Jacmel Cemetery. His body now lies at Rambally's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries. May he rest in peace.